Ayo, I love how good I'm getting at this. This is legit awesome. Okay, so I struggled last week, so I just want to record the screen in case strange things happen. Microphone is in use. Where? Okay. Hey. Oh, okay. Well, I get it. Okay, I'm just making sure. Hopefully you guys can see me. And okay. And John Thurlow. Okay, let me move the Bible. So, hey, what is up? Welcome to the Bible quiz. I think it's the third one. Actually, I'll be able to tell you 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the fourth one. Welcome to the fourth Bible quiz. Hey, Letitia. Hi. Okay, guys. So here's the thing. I watched the video last week and I spoke way too much. And I repeat questions way too much. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to read the question and then go on. And then I'll read the question again before I give you the answer. Hopefully that will be enough. So hi people. I really am aiming for half an hour. So by 8 o'clock, we must be done. Okay. I hope you have your drink. Just again, this is water. This is not some other see-through liquid. So I hope that is okay, and I hope you have something to drink. So we're going to have 2 categories. Okay, we're going to have a New Testament and we're going to have Old Testament. The New Testament, the Old Testament category, which is where we'll start. Hi, Emily. Hi. Okay, so the Old Testament, where we start, is going to have 7 questions, and the New Testament is going to have 6 questions, but the quiz altogether is going to be out of 20. Okay, so quick recap of the rules. Okay, welcome if it's your first time playing. Please do not write the answers in the comments. Okay, please don't write the answers in the comments. Get a piece of paper, write the answers on your piece of paper, and then we take it from there. Okay, and then we'll answer the questions and all that stuff. Okay, cool. So, 2 categories, 20 marks. Let's do it like that. 2 categories, 20 marks. Hi, Talani. Guys, the way I need to call Talani. Anyway. Okay. So, Old Testament, question number 1. Okay, question number 1. Okay, question number 1. Okay, so if you are a Nazirite, okay, according to the Old Testament, if you are a Nazirite, what are you meant to do with your hair? Your hair. You'll see I took out my hair. I've got this beautiful cap on because I was like, I'm in lockdown. I'm not combing my hair. By the time lockdown's over, I'll probably need to cut off my hair. We'll see what happens there. Hey, Lerato. Hi. Okay, so if you're a Nazirite, what are you meant to do with your hair? That's question number 1. Question number 2. When God asked Solomon what he wanted. Okay, so Solomon was offering a sacrifice to God, and God was like, hey, ask me, what shall I give you? What did Solomon ask for? Emily, that's for you. Emily, that's for you. Okay, what did Solomon ask for? Lerato, I really hope you pass or you do better this week. Okay, question number 3. Name the prophet. Okay, I'm going to tell you something happened to this guy, and then I want you to tell me which prophet was it. Okay, so name the prophet. God killed his wife and told him that he wasn't allowed to mourn. The only thing he could do after God killed his wife was put a turban on his head. Okay, nothing else. God killed his wife and he wasn't allowed to mourn. He wasn't allowed to eat bread. He wasn't no mourning, 0 mourning. Which prophet did that happen to? That's question number 3. That's hi, Tuli. Myra told me that he's going to bring you this week for Old Testament, so I've got you. Hi, Tavoho. Yeah, so I hope you don't disappoint him. Okay, sorry. how do we play? Okay, get a piece of paper. I'm just going to remind you, get a piece of paper. You write down the answers on a piece of paper. We'll mark it together and then you post your scores in the comments. But please don't write the answers in the comments. Okay, we are already on question 3. So, like, maybe as I, I'll say the questions again before I read the answer. Then maybe just, see if you can write them down. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay, so question number 3 was name that prophet. Question number 4. Okay, question number 4 of the Old Testament category. Guys, Old Testament. Okay, Jonah. Okay, he's part of the groupings of the minor prophets. Jonah was sent to which city to proclaim God's judgment? Jonah was sent to which city? That's question number 4. Okay. Question number 5. I feel like that one, you either know that one or you don't know it, guys. I don't. Okay. Question number. How Mawaza? Yeah, bruh. This is Bible study. It's Bible study, Bible quiz. It's in there. We're testing your knowledge of the Bible. And if you don't know, then you get to learn about the Bible. So we'll see. Okay, so question number 4, Jonah was sent to which city? Question number 5 in the Old Testament category. Okay, so Daniel and his friends. Daniel, the Bible tells us about Daniel and his 3 friends. Okay, they were taken to Babylon when Jerusalem was captured and they went and the Israelites went into exile. Okay, when they got to Babylon, they were given new names. Okay, what were the names that were given to Daniel and his 3 friends? Okay, I'm not going to tell you if Daniel was his name in exile. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Okay, so Daniel and his 3 friends, when they were taken to Babylon as exile or in exile. And then they were given new names. They gave them new Babylonian names. What were their names? Okay, so I want 4 names. I want Daniel's name and the name of his 3 friends. Okay, and it's a point each. Okay, so this question is out of 4. Daniel and his 3 friends. Ta, ta, ta. Okay, I'll give you a second for that one because you need to write it down. And I hope you're not Googling. Please don't use Google. That's just not, it's not okay. Okay, so that's question number 5. Yes, 4 points for that question. So you're going to get a point for every name. Okay, you're going to get a point for every name that you put there. Hey, B, what's up? I hope you got the first 4 questions. Yeah, it's tough. Just carry on from question number 5, B. And then as we go through the answers, I'll give a second so that you can write down the answer for the first 4 questions. But question number 5, Daniel and his friends were taken to Babylon when Israelites were taken exile. And they were given new names. What were those names? Dun, dun, dun. It's getting real, guys. It's getting real. You can't just know stories about people. What are their names? What are their names? What are their names? Guys, don't you like my sweater? It's Amsterdam sweater. It was King's Day the other day. And I remembered, I was in Europe once upon a time. All my travel for the year has been cancelled, by the way. Like all of it. It's something else. Okay. Anyway, question number 6. Okay, question number 6. Okay, this is a proverb. Okay. I want you to complete the proverb for me. It's a proverb from the book of Proverbs, guys. Okay, not a random proverb. Okay. So the proverb is, wealth makes many. So complete the proverb. Wealth makes many what? Wealth makes many something. Wealth makes many something. Lol, I like this. Tilly, are you getting them right? Or do you just like it for the sake of liking it? Okay. Wealth makes many what? That's question number 6. Question number 7. If you guessed on question number 6, you're probably still good. Okay. You could figure it out. if you wanted to. Okay, question number 7. This is the last question in the Old Testament. Okay, in the Old Testament category. So question number 7. Name the Moses where... Name the mountain that Moses went up and got so at the top of the mountain, he got the 10 commandments. Name that mountain, the mountain that Moses went up and got the 10 commandments. Name that mountain. What is it called? Name that mountain. Name that mountain. So, I don't know, I was watching something the other day and they spoke about this show called Say Yes to the Dress, and I've heard so many people talk about it, but I've never seen it, and I'm thinking about maybe watching it, but then I'm just like, but why? I don't know why I told you that. It just, I'm saying, like, Say Yes to the Dress, name that mountain. It has 2 names. Well, write both down on your piece of paper and we'll see if you get... No, it doesn't. It has 1 name. Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay, the original name. What was the name of that mountain when Moses went up it? So when Moses went up it, what was that mountain called? Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. So let's go through the answers. I'm going to read the question before I read the answer, and I'll pause a little bit before I give you the answer for those of you that joined late, so that hopefully you can write down some type of an answer. Okay, before. So question number 1. So Old Testament, there's 7 questions, guys, but it's out of 10. Okay. So question number 1. If you are a Nazarite, what are you meant to do with your hair? Okay. If you are a Nazarite, are you laughing because you think you got it right, or are you laughing because you think you got it wrong? That's what I want to know about those smiles. Okay, so if you are a Nazarite, what are you meant to do with your hair? According to Numbers 6, Nazarites, you are not allowed to cut your hair. Okay, so I'm just trying to think who. Oh, Samson. Samson was a Nazarite, right? He was. Well, yeah. Actually, he was. If you go and look at the other things. So Samson was a Nazarite. Okay, so if you're a Nazarite, you're not allowed to cut your hair. Question number 2. When God asked Solomon what he wanted, God asked Solomon, hey, ask me for anything and I'll give it to you. What did he ask for? Where are the childish questions? No. We're trying to get this wrapped up in 30 minutes. So now there's only 2 categories. There's New Testament and Old Testament. And I'll weave the childish questions into the category. Okay, so Solomon, the answer to question number 2, Solomon asked for wisdom. Okay, if you wrote an understanding heart, that's also in some translations, so sharp. But not a pure heart, not a right heart. What did he ask for? And because this is a childish question. This is a question you could ask the children. Okay, he asked for wisdom. Question number 3. Question number 3. Name the prophet. Okay, God killed his wife and he wasn't allowed to mourn. Guys, the story is actually so deep. God literally says to him, dude, today I'm going to kill your wife and I don't want you to mourn. And then he explains why he's going to kill him and why he mustn't mourn. And then the next day, this guy wakes up and his wife is dead. He just writes it. He's like, during the night, my wife died. I woke up in the next morning and she was gone. And I'm just like, phew. Okay. Anyway, the prophet is Ezekiel. Okay, so it's the prophet Ezekiel. God killed his wife and he was not allowed to mourn or eat bread on. Oh, that must be so sad. I don't even know how God can expect something like that from us. Shame. Okay, question number 4. Jonah was sent to which city? Jonah in the Minor Prophets was sent to which city? The answer is Nineveh. Jonah was sent to the city of Nineveh and he decided, nope, I'm not going there. I'm going to run away instead. Okay, so Jonah was sent to Nineveh. Question number 5. Daniel and his friends were taken to Babylon in exile and given new names. what were those names? Okay. I'm very keen to see who got this right. Okay, so Daniel and his 3 friends. Daniel. Oh, I didn't give you guys scripture. Okay, so Solomon asking for wisdom was in 1 Kings chapter 3. Okay, when God kills Ezekiel's wife, that's in Ezekiel 24. So sorry, Ezekiel. Okay, Jonah being sent to Nineveh is in Jonah chapter 1. And then that brings us to question 5. Okay, so Daniel and his 3 friends were, okay, their names, you don't have to say who they were before and who they were after, as long as you gave me the names. Okay, so their names were Belteshazzar. Okay, that was actually that Daniel. In Jerusalem, he was called Daniel, and when he came into Babylon, he was called Belteshazzar. Okay, and then his 3 friends were given the names Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, so those aren't their names. Those were the names they were given in exile. I think, what are they? I know Meshach was Mishael. I know that was his original name. But it's complicated names. I won't. Anyway, if you want to go and read that, that's in Daniel. Oh, I didn't write the scripture. I think it's in Daniel. It's in the Daniel 1 though. I think it should be in Daniel 1. Should be in Daniel chapter number 1. Okay, I'm on Daniel 10. We got them. Really? Okay, that's it. Did you, Letitia? Did you even get Belteshazzar? Did you even get Daniel's name? That's so cool. Okay, so Belteshazzar, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, so you remember you get a point for every name, hey? You get a point for every name there. Yeah, so, yeah. To Daniel, the name Belteshazzar. To Hananiah, Shadrach. To Mishael, Meshach. And to Azariah, Abednego. So that's in Daniel chapter number 1. Lol. Watch a series about Daniel today. Okay. Well, not Daniel. Okay. Well, you're lucky, Tuli. You're lucky. Well done. Okay. Question number 6. Okay, the proverb, wealth makes many. The answer is friends. Wealth makes many friends. That's Proverbs 19, verse 4. Wealth makes many friends, which obviously it does. I don't know. People like money. People like being bought things. People like being spoiled, and some people like spoiling. So, wealth makes many friends. The answer for number 6 is friends. Okay. Question number 7. What is the name of the mountain that Moses went up to get the 10 Commandments? That was Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai. More money, more problems. Yes, exactly. I don't think that's a proverb though. Not a biblical proverb. I'm sure you could actually find a proverb that speaks to that. Okay. Scripture for what, Tuli? Scripture for what? Okay, so the scripture for the proverb is Proverbs 19, verse 4. And then Mount Sinai, Mount Sinai, my bad. That's question number 7, is in Exodus 19. Okay, that's Exodus 19. Right, so you should have a score out of 10. Please post your score so that I can see. And let's see who's passing, who's not. Guys, the Daniel question was really helping you out. The Daniel question, even if you, especially because you didn't know, you weren't sure. I really hope somebody wrote Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Well, Letitia did. Well done, Emily. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Okay, yo, guys, these questions weren't that hard. They weren't that hard, but you're passing, so I like it. Lerato, post your score. I want to see. Come, post your score, please. I want to see out of 10. How much did you get? Okay. 10 out of 10. Reho, I don't believe you. 5 is a pass, guys. As long as you're passing. As long as you have 5, you're passing. Well done, Charlene. Charlene has 10. You didn't? I see. About Daniel. the mother one on the... Okay, that what you just wrote because it didn't make sense. Just write it again. 7 out of 10. Guys, I don't believe you. Okay, Tuli, 8 out of 10. Well done. Okay, but you got Daniel 1. Reho, you can't just log on and get 10 out of 10. No, that's not how it works. Okay. That's 7 out of 10. You guys, you're passing. See, it means you know some. So then just, take note of the scriptures and go and check. Okay, so the last category. Category number 2, New Testament. Okay, there are 6 questions, but it's also going to be out of 10. So the quiz is out of 20. Okay, so we've done 10. Ah, Charlene, 10 out of 10. You make me so happy. Okay, New Testament. Yes, you are having a stroke. Maybe you are having a stroke. Okay, question number 1 in the New Testament. Question number 1. Okay, so after Jesus was baptized, the Spirit led him into the wilderness. How long was he in the wilderness for? That's question number 1. How long was he in the wilderness for? Rata, why aren't you happy that you got 7? 7 is good. I think 7, I don't know. Okay, question number 2 in the New Testament category. How old was Jesus when he began his ministry? I mean, if you've spoken to me in the last few months, you should know the answer to this question, right? At all. Okay, so how old was Jesus when he began his ministry? How many years old? Okay, question number 3. Of the 12 disciples, I'm glad to see you've stopped typing, Diketso. Congratulations. Okay, so of the 12, question number 3 in the New Testament category. Of the 12 disciples, okay, let me explain this properly. So my name is Nkateko, right? And somebody else's name could also be Nkateko. That means we share a name. Okay, so of the 12 disciples, if you look across the Gospels, there are 3 sets of disciples that share the same name. So the same name is used, like these 2 have the same name, these 2 have the same name, and these 2 have the same name. Okay, this question is out of 3. I want those 3 names. So what name do they share? What name do they share? And what name do they share? Okay, so I want the 3 names, the 3 sets of names that are shared. In the 12 disciples, 6 of them, so half. Okay, between 6 of them, 2 shared the same name. I want those 3 names. What are those 3 names that were shared? Okay, and the reason why I say across the Gospels, okay, is because you actually only notice this if you read the list of disciples in the Gospels, like in the different Gospels. So you read them in Matthew, you read them in Mark, in Luke, and in John, and then you realize, oh, but this, this guy's name isn't here. And if you look and compare and see, then you see, oh, okay, that means that was his name. That's why they changed it or they gave his other name in the other Gospel. Okay, so what are those 3 sets of names? Just so you guys know, this is a Boston Celtics cap. They are my people. Okay, that is down 110. You'll get there. We will get there. Okay. Sharp, can I go on to the next question? Question number 4. Question number 4. Okay, question number 4, New Testament. I hope Myra is helping you here. He said, no, I'm only about to ask question number 4 now, B. You didn't miss it. Myra was shouting here last week saying, no, he only knows New Testament. He has to bring you in for Old Testament. Okay, so question number 4. If you have put on the armor of God, okay, what is the armor that is covering your heart? I think the heart is on the side. What is the armor that is covering your heart? Okay, I want its name. So for instance, It's the helmet of salvation. Okay, so I want to know, what is covering the heart? What armor is covering the heart? If you've put on the armor of God, what armor is covering your heart? Or your boobies? No, your heart. Please repeat question number 4. This is question number 4, B. Question number 4 is, if you are wearing the armor of God, what covers your heart? Okay, question number 5. I believe in you, Tuli. I believe in you. Okay, question number 5. Name the disease. Okay, so in this story, what was the disease, or the sickness, or the illness, whatever you want to call it? What was the disease that Jesus healed? There were 10 of them, and all 10 of them had it. And then Jesus healed all 10 of them, but only one came back to say thank you. And Jesus was like, weren't 10 of you healed? Where are the others? Okay, what was the disease? What's so funny for me about this story is that, it actually says that these guys, they were standing quite a distance from Jesus, and they were like shouting at Jesus. No, it's not COVID-19, M. Maybe, you don't know. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't COVID-19. Jesus healed 10 of them. Anyway, so yeah, my favorite part of this story is that people are shouting, because they shout at Jesus and Jesus just shouts back. He's like, yeah, okay, shout. That's fine. Go. And then as they went, they were healed, and then one came back to say thanks. Okay, that story actually, it cuts me, because I think, how often do I go back to say thanks? Okay, question number 6. Okay, so this is the last question. Okay, I wish I could see some of your faces as I ask this question. Okay, so in Galatians 5, right, there are 17 works of the flesh are named. 17 are named. I just want you to give me 2. Just 2. Name 2 works of the flesh out of the list of 17 that are named in Galatians 5. Okay, I know the last word says, and the like. Okay, and the like is not an option. So in Galatians 5, please don't be opening your Bibles now. In Galatians 5, there are 17 works of the flesh. Works of the flesh. Before the fruit of the Spirit. Okay, I want you to give me 2. So when we go through that answer, obviously, I'll read them all. And if you don't hear the one that you wrote, then you'll just kind of give it to me, right? And we'll see if it is there. Okay, sharp. Let's go through the answers. Question number 1. After Jesus was baptized, he was led into the wilderness. How long was he in the wilderness for? 40 days. My Bible doesn't have Galatians. My man, it's not the Bible. Okay, so question number 1, 40 days. He was in the wilderness for 40 days. Question number 2. How old was Jesus when he began his ministry? He was 30. Okay, I'm in my Jesus years. He was 30 years old. 30 years old. Okay, question number 3. Of the 12 disciples, okay, there were 3 names that were shared between 6. So there were 2 that had the same name, 2 that had the same name, and 2 that had the same name. I want those 3 names. Okay, what were those names? Okay, Simon. So there was Simon Peter, Simon who was later changed to Peter. Okay, and then there was Simon the Zealot as well. So you don't need to give the like who they were, as long as if you put Simon down, then tick. Okay, so there was Simon, then there was James. Okay, so there was James, the son of Zebedee, like Andrew's brother. John's brother. And there was James, son of Alphaeus. Okay, so it's Simon, James, And, I didn't give the scripture. Ish, guys, I'll give you the scriptures now, my bad. And then the third one is Judas. Okay, so there was Judas Iscariot who betrayed Jesus. And then there was also Judas. So in Matthew, he's called Thaddeus. I think in Mark, he's also called Thaddeus. Okay, but then in Luke, they tell us that no, he's Judas, like his name, or they've listed Judas, and that's the only name that differs. Like if you look across the Gospels, so it's Simon, Judas, and James. Okay, so scripture references quickly for question number 1, the 40 days. I mean, it's in all the Gospels, but I got Luke 4. Okay, that's the reference that I've given. Then, there's many Luke things here. Okay, how old was Jesus when he began his ministry? So Luke tells us that he was 30 years old, and that's in Luke 3. Okay, then the 3 sets of names shared amongst the 12 disciples. So Matthew 10 has the names of the disciples, and then Luke 6 has the name of the disciples. So Matthew 10, verse 2 to 4, and Luke 6, verse 12 to 16. Okay. So I really wonder what answers you are DMing people. I'm just saying. Okay, sharp. So that's question number 3. Question number 4. If you've put on the armor of God, what is the armor that covers your heart? Okay, so this is out of 2. This is out of 2. What do you call these things? Marks. Okay, so you get 1 for breastplate and 1 for righteousness. It is the breastplate of righteousness that covers your heart. Well done, Tilly. You got 2. That's okay. So the breastplate of righteousness. So if you wrote breastplate, then that's 1 mark, and righteousness is another mark. Question number 5. Hey guys, Tilly coming here with flames this week. Tilly, I'd love to see Mara play this and hear how much he gets. Okay. Anyway, question number 5. What was the disease that Jesus healed 10 of them for, and only 1 came back to say thank you? That was leprosy. Okay, they had leprosy. It was the story of the 10 lepers. The parable, the story of the 10 lepers. And that's in Luke 17. Oh, the breastplate of righteousness is Ephesians 6. Not the shield of faith. No. The shield of faith is not covering your heart. The shield of faith, it's a shield. That means it's here. What happens if you holding it up here? Then it's not covering your heart. It must be the breastplate of righteousness. Okay, so the disease was leprosy. That's Luke 17. And then the last question, okay, of the 17 works of the flesh that are named in Galatians 5, name 2. So I'm going to read them. Just listen for the 2 that you wrote down. Okay. So Galatians 5:19, I'm going to start there. Now the works of the flesh are evident, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lewdness, idolatry. I'm reading out of New King James. No chest plate is wrong. Okay. Lewdness, idolatry, sorcery, hatred. If you wrote hate, that's fine. Give yourself the mark. Contentions, jealousies, outbursts of wrath, selfish ambitions, dissensions, heresies, envy, murders, drunkenness, revelries, and the like. Okay. I love that you're rocking it. Okay, I'm going to read them again, just in case you didn't hear. Okay, so the works of the flesh are evident, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lewdness, idolatry, sorcery, hatred, contentions, jealousies, outbursts of wrath, selfish ambitions, dissensions, heresies, envy, murders, drunkenness, revelries, and the like. Okay, so if there's anything that somebody wrote that I didn't read, then okay, so you get 1 for each one that you got right. I just wanted 2, so you get 1 for each one. Right, that should give you a score out of 10, okay, which makes the total score out of 20. Please post your scores for me so that we can see who... A score out of 20, B. Score out of 20. I don't think greed is a work of the flesh. Just hang on. Let me check in another translation quickly. Where's my... Oh, my phone is here. That's funny. Okay, I don't... sexual immorality. No. Sexual immorality is not one. It's adultery. Adultery is one. I got 10 for the New Testament. Well done, Ilona. Well done. Okay, guys, scores out of 20, please. 15 out of 20. 19 out of 20. Charlene, which one did you get wrong? Okay, well done, guys. Well done. The other people are refusing to post their scores. 10 out of 20. Okay, 14 out of 20. Guys, it looks like everybody passed. I'm so proud. That first week, you guys had me worried, hey? Just a little bit, but you had me worried. Well done. So, sexual immorality. Yeah, no, I don't think... No, sexual immorality is not one. Sexual immorality is not a work of the flesh. Just hang on. Actually, it's adultery. Fornication might... Hey, wait. Let me check the other translation. Let me check another translation. Yes, sexual immorality. Yes, okay, so sexual immorality is one. Okay, so if you got sexual immorality, then shop. No, greed is not in the NIV. Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, I don't think, guys, can I just read this list to you in the NIV? This is amazing. The acts of the flesh are obvious. Sexual immorality, impurity, debauchery, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition, dissensions, factions, and envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. That's so deep. Okay, so sexual immorality is one. So Tuli, you get sexual immorality, and Lerato, you also get sexual immorality. But greed isn't one. Sorry, guys. Emily did the addition. She deserves a point. Nine, the acts of the flesh are obvious. Yeah, okay. Thanks, thanks, Charlene. Okay, so greed isn't one. Okay, but sexual immorality is one. So well done. Guys, that's the end. There's 2 categories out of 20 marks. That's it. And it's not bad. It's 35 minutes. Okay, cool. So thank you so much for joining us. Rato, did you post how much you got out of 20? I didn't see. How much did you get out of 20, guys? 15 out of 20. Well done. Katie Myra says Mount Ararat is in the New King James. Dog, I have a New King James Bible. Like, New King James is my version. So you can't say that because I know. Just to explain, last week he was touched because I asked what mountain did Noah land on, and Noah landed on, after the flood, Mount Ararat, right? And he's like, no, he wrote Ararat. And I'm like, dog, Ararat is not Ararat. I will check it, but it's not in the New King James. Okay, 15 out of 20. Guys, well done. Well done. I'm sorry. Yay! Dickenzo is refusing to post her score at this time. But she wants people to DM her for answers. Okay, so thanks so much, guys. I will see you next week. I think I'm just going to keep it to 2 categories, 20 marks. There's New Testament and there's Old Testament. Yes, Mount Ararat. It's great. It is great. I will look and I will confirm, but I am 100% sure that Mount Ararat is written in the New King James. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week, 7:30, half an hour. Well, we try to go for half an hour. I really, like I said, I really do enjoy these. So I'll send the link for this one and for last week's one. I forgot to do that. Yeah, Talani, maybe redeem yourself. We'll make a deal. You redeem yourself next week, and I will make sure that I call you like very soon. Okay. Because what is your score? I didn't see. Okay, really well done, Charlene. Well done, Lerato. And Yanbi. Okay. Cheers, guys. Bye. Okay, how do I finish? Okay. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye, bye. This is such an issue. Why do I never know what to do here? Oh, there we go. Okay. Bye, B.